Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon and today I'm bringing you how to set up, play and a review for the game Skull. Now this is a party game for 3 to 6 players. You can actually combine multiple sets, but it's still recommended below a 10 player count. There's a little information on the front of this little rule sheet which tells you basically about the history of the game. Ultimately it's about going to somewhere in 1921, particularly San Francisco, and on the boats they hear about losing skulls or discovering skulls to lose lives. I'm going to set this up as a 4-player game. It's how I most recently played the game. I've played this numerous times since I first discovered it, and I've played numerous editions. It's the 2020 Asmodee edition, Asmodee print, and as you can see there are various skulls of 3 flowers and 1 skull. So each going to take one of each colour. So I'm going to take, let's say, lavender, of course, being my last name. And what you're going to be doing is you're aiming to ultimately correctly get the right amount of flowers, which is a prediction, to flip over your little mat. If you flip it over, it goes to the dark side. If you do it one more time, a correct prediction, you flip it over again, and you win the game. Let me show you how a round works. So right now, everybody is going to secretly look at one of their tiles. And right now we'll do it randomly. And just whilst I'm doing this, please ensure you hit the like button. Please ensure you subscribe as well and hit the notification bell. And also make sure you check out the comments. Please let me know your thoughts. I chose to deliberately avoid doing an unboxing video, which I could have done for this, but I thought I'd skip that and go straight to this content to bring it to you sooner. And also via the description, you can follow over Instagram, over 2,200 photographs. And also what you can choose to do is actually support the channel via Patreon. There's many other playlists such as how to set up, play and review, and various other party weight games and family weight games such as this. So what I'm going to do is everyone's going to pick a tile. I'm going to pick, let's say, a flower, place it face down. Nobody knows what it is. They're going to place out their respective things as well. Now, once everyone's placed out one, you can either place an additional one or you can start bidding. Now, looking at my tile, I happen to remember, place a flower, and I might say 1. So I'm bidding that there is 1 flower somewhere here. Now, of course, I might bid 1 because I know what mine is. They say, well, if they've bidded 1, I'll bid 1 as well. They say I pass. They say I pass. That might be because they've placed a skull, which I'll get onto. So I reveal 1 flower, and I go over here and go, let's reveal this one as well. And it happens to be a flower too. So correctly guess my prediction. So I've guessed 2. And what I could have chosen to do, when they pass and they pass, I could have increased that to 3 if I wished to. But at that moment, I thought, well, I'm likely thinking they might have 1. They might have a flower showing, and maybe they've placed a skull. So right now I have won this. So now there's flips, and I'm already halfway there to winning the game. And sometimes in 2 rounds, that game can over that quickly. And now we go back, and the challenger, which was myself, to call that out. In fact, sorry, apologies. That person was the challenger because they said 2. So they would have flipped over because they said 2 and they would have flipped themselves over first. You always must flip your tile over first and then they can pick somebody else's. And therefore they would have actually flipped that to the dark side. Now they get to go first again. So now this time round, they have the advantage. So they could try and win the game. But right now they're playing a skull. And this person, let's say they play a skull. Maybe this person plays a skull as well. Maybe this time, I want to get in on the action, I place a flower. This person leads off, and remember, they could choose to bid or they could choose to place. They choose to place. This person goes, yeah, I'll place as well. That person places, and now I place, and this time I do place a skull. Okay, and now I could keep going again until, of course, all these are gone. If they all disappear, then you must be placing a bid instead. So this person now goes, no, I'm going to bid now. So they say 2. So of course there's 2, 4, 6, 8 available. They say 2, they might say, I'm going to say 4. This person might say 5, I don't know why they've got 1 too many here. And then I say, I pass at this point. Now remember, I don't have 2, but I pass. I've said 5, maybe they go to 6. They say 6, they pass, this person's already passed. They do 6, they look at the first one, it's fine. You must do your own ones first. So they've done the first one and now they're out. Now, if they weren't out and they had got an extra flower, they must pick somewhere else. You pick the first one, so the third thing. If that doesn't have a skull, then you're going to pick either that one or, of course, anywhere else you want to go. So this person obviously made a mistake. So now what happens is you take their 4 tiles, you shuffle them up, and someone picks 1 and they remove 1 from the game. No one knows what's been removed apart from the green player. So they can look and they still have some, obviously, variability playing their skulls. But what can occur is, of course, people can realise, well, I haven't seen a skull for a while, I think a skull's been removed. So we go on again. This time around, of course, they were caught out again. So we're going to go off again. Of course, they get to lead. This time round, maybe they play a flower just to alternate it a bit. They choose to go with a flower as well. They played, I think it was, played a skull, yeah. And then I happen to then play, let's play another skull. This time, yeah, they play another thing. This time we have another chance whereby they go, no, I'm going to go with it. I want to try and get something. So they know they've got a flower. So they're going to go 3. This person goes, there's 5 available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They go, no, I'm going to stop there. I might go for 4. And then this person goes, no, I'm stopping there at that point. I don't want to lose another life right now. So this person could say 5, but they say no. So it's back to this person with 4. I believe that's what I said. First off, no, they lost. What maybe they were hoping for is, of course, someone higher than them. Of course, if they went for 5, then they would have to reveal everything. But you must reveal in one at a time. 1, if this was the second one, of course, they can no longer reach 5, so it stops. No one gets to reveal what they actually had. In this case, we would have known that they had a skull still. So that goes on. So this person lost another thing, so we're going to shuffle one of these out. And now that's disappeared. And now they have 3 available. This returns, etc. So let's move on to a couple of ideas about this game before I talk about the review, which does shine on it as well. And ultimately, when you play, let's say, a skull, you know that if you want to challenge that bid, you're risking yourself that actually they know you might have to call that bid. So if you play a 1, they play a 1, you play a 1, and then suddenly, if they all say no, you must do your calling straight away, you're out. Equally if you place a second one or a third one. And part of the game, I mean, it's 50-50 in terms of what you're placing down, in terms of being a skull or a rose. But the fact is, if they can actually get just the first couple of things out, that you're fine. So do you want to place your skull at the bottom? Do you want to hope that it goes round a bit and it's placed near the top? And then, of course, they're getting eliminated sooner, so they trust you. Do you just play skulls all the time and then they won't pick you? Or do you want to play some roses? Because if you play some roses or some flowers, it allows you, of course, to win. You can never flip your thing over unless you have a rose and only roses in your stack. Of course, your stack could be 1, because as soon as you are announcing, yeah, I challenge for, say, 3, 1, 2, and of course, then I've lost 1 as well. But if that wasn't it, and that was fine, it would have been 3. If I didn't pick this person, I flipped, and no one would have known if that was a skull or not. We didn't know what's been discarded, and we didn't know what's going to come up. So what's my review for this game? I give this game an 8 out of 10. I've always enjoyed playing it. I've played many different ways. I've seen, like I said, people win it on the first 2 turns. They've just gone, yeah, I'm going to go for that, I'm going to go for that. I've done it myself. I've seen people go for playing skulls a lot and just try and make people lose loads of lives. And it's how I've been playing a bit more frequently, playing that way. And that can be successful. Of course, it means you run the risk, of course, of other people. If they don't pick you, let's say, then they can, of course, still get in and manage to get a great score. Now, this game you can just play with coasters, let's say, but I still haven't found an easy way of necessarily doing so. And a game that is pretty reasonably priced and very portable and light, I think it works very effectively. I've always enjoyed playing Skull. I think it's a nice quick game. I like the element of bluff to it. And I don't think that says it's welcome. Of course, you wouldn't necessarily play game after game of it. And like I said, you can build up loads and loads. I've seen people bid up to 9 before. So yeah, of course, as you start to see when people discard something and it happens to have, of course, a lacking of a skull in their set, you can sort of easily pick that particular person and say, yeah, they've laid 3 things. I know it's 3. I'm going to bid at least 3. Hope you enjoyed that video. I look forward to bringing more very soon.